enter the childhood home of our most brutal mass murderer.
The home has been rigged up with several cameras, but for the most part, the audience will see only what you see.
Let the dangertainment begin.
Oh, that's right, folks. It's me. It's the THC-DOGG, back with the I to the double ZY, Mr. Izzy High, and this is Rezin. What is going on, my friends? We are here.
Look me in the eyes when you talk to me. What's happening, everybody?
Oh, life is good. It is Wednesday, if you can believe it. We're almost done with the month of July, which just kind of flew by. Like, I don't know what the hell. You know, it's like tomorrow's the 31st, and it's like, where the hell did July go?
Right.
You know, it's been a busy month. I know I've had a lot going on, and I know that we've talked about a lot of different projects and stuff. And man, there's all kinds of crazy stuff in the works. I was supposed to be out of town this week, but unfortunately, the reason why I was going out of town was to attend a gathering, the T-Mart wrestling gathering, and not the other guy gathering, and we were gonna debut two books there. Bill Eadie's autobiography is out. Pre-orders are available on the website. It's The Masked Superstar That Takes Over the World, or Takes on the World, and then we were going to be and Bill was going to be there, and then we were going to release. Well, I was going down with our partners at Bobby Murphy Books to help launch Robin Smith's autobiography, and I got a message from Robin the other day, and unfortunately, she took a little bit of a tumble at work and did some damage to her foot, so she's going to be laid up for a little while. So she's very, very apologetic to all of the fans out there who were, lining up, buying tickets for this show to see her. But, she's a strong lady, and she will be back, and we will get her out there and signing books and all of that good stuff. Pre-orders for that are also available at BobbyMurphyBooks.com. So
and
be sure to check that out.
Do not know the name Robin Smith. He's referring to Rockin' Robin.
Rockin' Robin.
WWF Women's Champion.
Yep.
Sister of Sam Houston and Jake the Snake Roberts as well.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Very complicated story, and
yes.
One I think people should really check out. So
yes, it is. It is an amazing story of struggle and survival and staying on the road and making a decision that this is what I want to do with my life, and being strong enough to carry that weight with you the whole time. This book reveals a lot of things. So yeah, absolutely. If you guys are into wrestling, especially the history of wrestling going back to the 70s and 80s, be sure to check those books out. And we've got a bunch of other stuff coming. Bill and Barry are off to London in October for a tour, so they'll be taking some books over there with them. So yeah, we're slowly but surely we're getting out there. The audience for the podcast has been good. The audience for the radio show has been good. So slowly but surely we're breaking through there. So I actually, and it was the weirdest thing, and I had known that I knew that Adam Sandler had signed a deal with Netflix a couple years ago to produce 6 original movies, And the ones that have come out, most of them are, they're all right. But there was two that I watched this week. Now, I know Adam Sandler's got his fans. He's got his people who don't, people who don't like him. Same with everybody, in the world. But last Friday, after 25, 30 years, something like that, we finally got the sequel for Happy Gilmore. Now, I know there was a lot of concern because legacy sequels have been hit or miss.
when you said concern, I was really
well, it's always you're taking a shot. It's like, okay, yes, Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore was a very big deal 25 years ago.
Right.
That movie was very big, very successful, and funny as hell. So when they announced the sequel, I was like, okay, everybody who's still alive is coming back. Christopher McDonald is fucking brilliant as Shooter McGavin again, and the cast looks good, and the movie was a lot of fun. And there was an element or two obviously missing from the first one, most importantly being Grandma.
Right.
But all in all, it was definitely a good time, worth the hour and 40 minutes or however long it was. It was definitely worth it. And then because I watched that, Netflix does because you watch this, you might like that. Right. And they put up a link to the movie called Hustle, which I had never even heard of. And it's about, it's Adam Sandler, and he plays a scout for the 76ers.
Okay.
And if he discovers this kid is based on a true story, he discovers this amazing basketball player in Spain. And nobody wants to touch him because of various perceived flaws. But as they continue to work together, the kid becomes, a pro, and it's a really gripping story. If you like biopics, it's worth it. If you like sports movies, it's worth it. If you like Adam Sandler, it's worth it. So those two right away they're on Netflix right now, and definitely if you have some time, check those out because that's very good stuff. So what have you? I know you don't watch a lot of TV.
No, and I wasn't trying to be like condescending or anything like that. Please don't misunderstand me. It's when you said there was so much concern. I was like, well, I lost a lot of sleep over it, man.
Well, concern for the people who put out. See, this is what I don't get is. When you make a movie and that movie goes out theatrically, that's where your bread and butter comes from. That's where your money comes from. But when you release a film directly to a streaming service, I've been curious about this for a while now.
Yeah.
Where's the revenue? I mean, yes, there's streaming, subscription cost, but I mean, I don't know how much it costs to make Happy Gilmore 2. I can't imagine it was that much.
Sure.
But how do they? I've been wondering for a while now. How do they recoup that money? Because there's no ads.
But
so it's
the same question came up when the WWE went on to their network with pay-per-views. And that nature, because that's
I know the boys weren't happy about it because that was a payday.
Right.
That is no more. Or, because they used to base that on audience, but then they would also base it on pay-per-view buys. It's the same with the decline of physical media. Those guys used to get a cut of those DVD sales. It's like, Pick Your Poison, the Jake Roberts DVD. Jake got a cut of that. And now those are, no more DVDs really.
Do you know who created that trend or made that happen for the boys?
Mm-mm.
It was Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
Because Jesse was told that nobody was getting any residuals, and
which was bullshit.
Yeah, when he found out that Hulk was getting residuals, that's where the lawsuit began.
Right.
That's how the boys started to get residuals from these different things.
Which is good.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, even if you're talking, 5 cents a tape or whatever,
right?
Shit adds up.
Cool.
And if you're doing it, on the regular, and there's always tapes coming out, or then DVDs, and especially with the DVDs, because they were so much cheaper to produce and so much cheaper to distribute.
Right.
That
and they were doing their own distribution as well, weren't they?
Yep. Oh yeah.
So that was all in house as well. So.
Yep. Oh yeah. And they had the like they would have like best-selling DVDs, and the non-sports category best-selling DVDs. And during the early to mid 2000s, like on the top 10 list, like it was not unusual to have like 6 of those be WWE pay-per-view videos or the documentaries.
Yeah,
that they do.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, I enjoy different documentaries and things like that. Like one of my favorites that I'll recommend or a few that I would recommend was one's called Abel Raises Cain.
Okay.
It's about a gentleman by the name of Albert A. Bell. And Albert A. Bell used to, his deal was he liked to hoax the media.
Okay.
Meaning he would actually see if this was before the internet and all of this stuff, and he would create different hoaxes for the media just to see what he could get away with, because they did so little research.
Right.
And one of the things that he had was he put together a school for begging, and what it was satire for the situation that the times that they were in.
Sure.
So these newscasters would send a news reporter to this school for beggars. And what Alan A. Bell would do would hire actors and whatnot to sit in, and he would get this story published and whatnot.
Right on.
And one of the more famous hoaxes he pulled was he was tired of the subject matter that he was seeing on daytime television.
Right.
With Phil Donahue and Geraldo Rivera and that type of stuff. So he put a bunch of crowd members inside the Phil Donahue studio.
Okay.
And the show started to film. One of the actors would stand up to start to ask a question and then start to feel faint. And it started happening to more people in the crowd that they would start to feel faint. And they had to cancel the whole recording of the show because of it. And so very, very awesome story of this guy, Albert A. Bell. It's called Abel Raises Cain, A-B-L or A-B-E-L, Abel Raises Cain.
Right on, right on.
One of the ones that I would recommend, and music-wise, I would recommend a documentary called The Wrecking Crew. Good
movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
If nobody knows their history of music, and this is why we're called Weed, Music, and Wrestling, because I can discuss all of these things in great detail. But the Wrecking Crew they created more Milli Vanilli, and they created the sounds and the trends, and nobody actually knew who they were.
Yep.
They were the backing band for the world. And
everybody, like during that period of time, like man, it was, and the cool thing about those guys is they can match you stylistically, like they can pick up their instruments and just start playing something, and to me, having been a musician a long time ago, that is a remarkable skill to have.
Yeah, and the thing of it was again, they were the backbone behind the whole music industry, and they called them wrecking crew because they could walk into any studio and create whatever sound, and they created the trends, and most people have no idea. And that's another documentary that I would recommend, The Wrecking Crew.
Absolutely. Those guys.
That's the type of stuff that I watch.
I think they're on more. I think they're on more hit records than like anybody else in the industry.
Well,
because they played on everything.
And to tie along with that, most people don't know who the Ventures are.
Oh, absolutely.
And the Ventures, and I tell anybody who's going to wrestle in Japan, I've tried to hip people to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Ventures were more popular than the Beatles, in Japan. They outsold the Beatles hand over fist, to the point that there was, in different villages in Japan, there was actually, they'd have cover bands of the Ventures in these different villages. Right. So you could go to the different ones, and they'd each have their own Ventures cover band. And most people have no idea how big the Ventures were.
Right on.
So that would be something else I'd recommend. Look for the documentary on the Ventures.
Nice. Very nice. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back, and going to talk about something that I was not aware of and I discovered 2 days ago and kind of pisses me off. So we'll be right back. All right. So, good God. All right.
You're pissed, man. You know, I'm such the flip side of the coin.
Here's the deal, folks. TikTok did not make you lose your job. You chose to record a TikTok video at work on company hours, talking shit about the company or the customers, and then you're surprised when you get fired. And what do you do when you get fired? You run the fucking TikTok and you start bitching and moaning about the fact that you were fired, as if doubling down on the reason why they fired your ass in the first place. I'm all fine and dandy. I am all about, getting the word out there and doing your art and doing all that stuff. But what these people aren't doing isn't art. It's silliness. It's foolishness. And some of the stuff that I've seen, and for some reason, one of the biggest groups in this, and I understand why they're getting fired for it, but I was dumbfounded by the numbers. One of the biggest groups of people who are doing this are fucking nurses. And it's like, you went to school for like 9,000 years to become a nurse. You finally become a nurse. You finally get that degree. You finally get into a job. And then you start acting foolish in the hospital on the clock. It's like, and then they come online like, well, TikTok got it. No. TikTok didn't get you fired. It's like guns don't kill people, people kill people. All right. TikTok didn't get you fired. You using TikTok got you fired. You know, and it's like, don't talk shit about your employer thinking they'll never find it, because guess what, kids? Most companies nowadays hire someone specifically when they go to hire a new employee, they pay someone to do a deep dive. And they will go back and they will look and they will check all your social media and they'll check all, everything. And if what they find is detrimental to the company, because the argument is, well, I wasn't on company time. And I'm like, okay, so what you're telling me then is that it would be acceptable for me as an employee if I had a job. I have a job, but if I had a job where I had to answer to somebody, and I was perfectly professional anytime with that job, never talked bad about that job, never TikToked at that job, was 100% professional. But then on my TikToks, I'm robbing banks. One doesn't have anything to do with my job, but it's a matter of personal, it's, would you hire someone? I mean, and especially with some of these videos, the way they are, it's like, why would I hire this person? So there's this whole slew of videos, because I was watching the body cam videos because I love the body cam videos. I love watching grown ass adults make stupid ass decisions. But yeah, these are a whole new thing, and I'm dumbfounded by the lack of personal responsibility.
Yeah, that was the word I was going to use to start with, personal accountability. And I'm going to use myself as an example, and pardon me if I make this about me for a second. But in 1997, when I started doing Izzy High, it was taboo.
Right.
But I put myself out there publicly with no mask, no nothing. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. And so I knew I made a clear and conscious choice in doing that, especially being on television.
Right.
All right. Because I was on television every week in Memphis, Tennessee, from 1998 until the end of 99. Every week. Excuse me. Yeah. Beginning of 98 to the end of 99. Yeah.
Right.
So, and again, my face out there publicly, and saying the things that I do. And that's where I also try to keep that degree of separation as well.
Oh, sure.
Because Izzy High, it's a question. It's the only name that is a question. It's
right.
It's as they said in Spinal Tap, it's up to 11. It's just me up to 11. And but I made that clear and conscious choice to do that. And I knew, and I've had people before say that they couldn't do stuff with me because of the gimmick and because I made that clear. And I can't hate them for that, because no, not at all, because they've got, and we talk about a code of conduct, or what you are a representative of for whatever company it is.
Exactly.
And if they sign up with me, they know what they're getting into. Okay.
Right.
And that's what they've signed up for. This is a gimmick. This is who I am. But I've been doing this a really long time. And for people to and that's what I say about the Facebooks and whatnot is everybody thinks they've got their own reality show.
Mm-hmm.
They're the star of their own reality show. And they've got their viewers and they've got their followers. Heaven forbid anybody ever calls themselves one of our followers. I do not want followers. Fuck a follower, all right? Fuck a follower. I said it. I'd rather have minds in the seats than asses.
True.
All right. And so if you're trying to play the star of this movie or show or whatnot, know what you're signing up for.
Oh, yeah.
Know the place that you're putting out. When a few weeks ago, when we were sitting and chatting with Wolfie,
yeah,
we talked about, man, thank God there wasn't cameras, you know, because of and with the times that have changed and the way they have.
Oh yeah.
There's cameras everywhere, and in all reality.
And
so, go ahead.
They don't think. That's the problem. Is they can't see 3 steps down the road. They're just focused on the here and now, and they don't possibly think, oh, well, there could be consequences. Yeah. Because when you are raised in a situation, and I'm not saying this is everybody, but if you are raised in a situation where you're never told no, you're told that you're good at everything you do, you know, and first off, it's bullshit because you can't be good at everything you do. All right, you just can't, you know. But when you're giving away participation certificates, yeah, it makes you feel like you've accomplished something. You haven't, but that's what, you know. So now as they're getting older, they've got this self-entitled sense of, well, nobody can tell me what to do. I'll go on the internet and I'll make all the money on TikTok. And it's like, if you could make all this money on TikTok, why aren't you working on TikTok?
Not only that, then a lot of times, again, the only time that people end up thinking is when they're sitting in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a, man, why didn't I think? And that's coming from somebody. I've been to jail. I was put in jail falsely a few times, and I was put in jail multiple times for marijuana possession.
Right.
And it's amazing how much time thinking that you have.
Oh yeah.
But my point being is after you've been to jail a few times, you realize I'd much rather do my thinking on the outside, the inside.
Sure. Absolutely.
And most of the time, the people that are on the inside, if they would have took just 5 minutes to think, they wouldn't have done what they did to get in that position to begin with.
Exactly.
So I'd rather take that 5 minutes on the outside than on the inside. And that's just coming from this old school guy who's been there and done that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's one of the funnier things that I've seen with these with the police videos is like, you're like, well, I don't want to go to jail. Nobody does. Nobody wakes up in the morning and is like, you know what I'm going to do today? My day is not going to be complete until I'm behind bars. That doesn't, I don't think anybody's ever said that before. So, you know, I don't even think serial killers wake up in the morning saying that. All right. it's, you know, but they are so dead set on turning the simplest things into this huge fucking, you know, deal. And it's like, it was a ticket. All it was going to be a ticket.
Right.
And you turned it into this fucking show. It's like, here's, you know, it's great. Look,
it goes both ways though. And let me
oh, sure.
Let me give you the example. Drugs are illegal until it's a cop who's jacked up on steroids walking up on your car. And steroids make a few things happen. They can increase your rage, and they make your balls a lot smaller too. And so I don't want somebody enraged with small balls walking up to my vehicle trying to prove something at this point. And so it comes with the situation as well.
Oh, sure.
And I definitely encourage the cameras. If you have cameras, have them on and make sure everybody's accountable for everything. And keep THC Dog entertained with the videos.
Well, here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Broken taillight.
Yeah.
Gets pulled over. Cop comes up to the window, license and registration. Hasn't said anything other than, how you doing tonight? Can I see your license and registration?
Right.
And then it becomes a big deal. Well, I'm not going to show you anything. Rolls up the window. Oh, I can't hear you. I actually saw a grown-ass adult in a car going, whoa, 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 I can't hear you, to a cop. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me with this?
Did it work? Did it work?
Well, if the end game was to lose their driver's side window, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it did work.
See, usually they come up to my vehicle and the first thing they'd say is, "We smell marijuana," and it's like, fuck, this is the worst fucking way to start off. This is a horrible hello, you know. And don't try to share with the cops just to try to break the ice. They don't get it. They want to take everything, fuckers. But they are not your friend, because if you say to your friend, "Here, man," they'll be like, "Hey, thanks." The cop, you say, "Here, man," they say, "Is that all you got?" Your friend doesn't ask if that's all you've got. Yeah, that's
true.
My
That's
point.
true. You know, it's just so weird, and it's like, I understand that there are a lot of people out there who have had negative run-ins with the law. I understand. I am not by any stretch of the imagination saying that that police departments and the law is, 100% above board. I'm not saying that. I've seen bad cops. I've seen good cops. Mm-hmm. But for me, license and registration, please.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them the fucking license and registration. And the reason why a lot of folks don't do it, I know, is because they have warrants, and nobody, they run their name and, oh, look, they've got a warrant. You're going to jail. But guess what, asshole? If you fail to present proper ID, you're going to jail.
Well, it all depends. That depends, because
well, in most states, it's a lawful order you have to obey. And again, it's like, what are you hiding? And that's the first thing that is going through the cop's mind, I'm sure, is, all I asked for was your driver's license. You're making a big deal out of it. What are you hiding?
But in the same regards, people also want to travel freely without being fucking shaken down.
Well, sure.
I'm kind of that flip side of the coin, where I'm in the passenger seat and I've got the cop asking me for my ID.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you shaking me down? I'm not fucking driving. This isn't my car. Why are you shaking me down?
That one's kind of weird. I will admit that. I've seen that enough too, where it's like.
Or they ask for the IDs of everybody in the car. And I've been in that situation as recently as like 3 years ago. And it's, okay, if we're pulled over because of the tail light, deal with the guy who owns the car.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Alone. And that's where my point is.
Oh, sure.
There's that line of, now you're being intrusive, and now you're shaking me down, and I'm not the driver. I'm just sitting here minding my own fucking business. Why do I have to be shaken down?
Which is perfectly fine.
And again, if you went through the youth that I did, I was shaken down on a regular basis because I was a street kid.
Right.
And now I'm a 53-year-old man. At what point does it end? At what point can I just fucking go on about my business? So that would be the flip side of that coin.
Oh, sure. No. And I agree that, if it's something simple like that, there is no reason. Now the only time, and the thing that kills me is, and I agree completely, sit there, keep your mouth shut, let the cop do what he has to do with the owner of the car,
right?
And we're out of here.
Sure.
But unfortunately, that's not what happens now. Now you've got people running off at the mouth in the front seat. You've got people running off at the mouth in the back seat. Everybody's got their cameras out all the time, filming everything. And it's like, guys, just sit there and shut up. Because you're right. It's like a broken taillight. It's got nothing to do with any of you. Let the driver get a ticket for driving with a broken taillight, and we're out.
Yeah, as long as the situation is not escalated by either.
Right, exactly. But there always seems to be like one. Like I was watching one yesterday, and the cops were going to this guy's house because he was on probation.
Okay.
And they had gotten a call that there was somebody's backpack had gotten stolen out of their car the night before, and it had an Apple tag in it, so they were able to track it down to a 100-foot radius or whatever. And so they went over to this guy's house because it was coming. The Apple tag ID was coming from somewhere right around there, and B, the guy had a criminal history of theft and shit like that. So obviously, he's going to be the first one I want to talk to.
Right.
So the cops come by and they're searching. They're just looking around on the property, and this woman drives by and gets out of the car and starts freaking the fuck out, like screaming and yelling and like she owns the place or something.
Right.
Her brother lives there. Her brother, who she knows has had problems with the law before.
Right.
But she gets in here and she starts screaming at the cops and, you can't. So she ended up in cuffs too, because it's like, I mean, she is like in their face screaming at them. Like, well, you don't have the rights. And it's like, first off, you don't know the rights that you think you have.
Well, that's the point that I was making before. On either side, being accountable for who's escalating the situation.
Exactly.
Because each situation is different.
Sure.
And for me I'm not going to make a blanket statement. I can't make a blanket.
Right.
I can only tell you what's happened to me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
In certain situations, in certain places, I can only tell you what's happened to me. So I can't make a complete blanket statement. All I can explain is if you escalate the situation, either party, there is going to be
absolutely,
one way or the other.
And that's what happened. And the cops that were there are just dumbfounded. Right. They're like, we just wanted to talk to him, ask him a couple of questions, and his sister is just like spazzing the fuck out, screaming and threatening the cops. And it's like, what are you fucking doing other than making life more difficult for your brother?
But and as well as the other flip side is how many different accidental shootings have happened.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And
but
there are many statistics. So again, the escalation of being the root cause as well, instead of a level head. Again, people wishing while they're sitting in jail if they'd taken 5 minutes.
Exactly. I years ago, me and a buddy of mine were driving home, and we came up to a 4-way stop. So we're on this side. There's another car across the way, on that side. So we're just sitting there waiting for the light to change, and the light changes. And out of nowhere, like Ninja Vanish, out of fucking nowhere, like 6 cop cars, boom, surround this fucking car, this guy. And they get out of the car and they drag him through the window of the driver's side door. And my friend was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't know what that dude did, but he fucked up. He fucked up big time, because I have never in my life seen cops respond that way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they just grabbed homie and dragged his ass out of the window. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, he must have shot a cop or fucked a cop's wife or like he did something to piss off a cop. And
it was particular.
Yeah, because fucking I have never ever seen a reaction like that before. Usually it'll be like, get your, put your hands out of the window, or, not this fucking guy. He just ran right up on my man and dragged him out.
Right.
So let's,
I'll tell you the cool thing though, and this is for somebody that doesn't live in a legal state. Okay. As we talk about being pulled over, and as I said before, I've been to jail previous times for marijuana possession. And right as marijuana became legal in Michigan, my friend and I got pulled over. And he had an ounce sitting right between us in the console. And the cop gets us both out of the car. And the cop reaches to grab it. And my friend said, "Sir, that is my medicine, and I plan to consume that later. I would appreciate it if you do not touch it." And the cop didn't touch the weed. And my jaw hit the fucking ground. When he said that, I was like,
yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the difference of living in a legal state as opposed to a state where you can still go to jail. And part of the reason why I don't try to leave this state too much, because I don't want to be considered a criminal everywhere else I go.
Well, that was one of the deciding factors when we decided to move last year, because they've been legal in Connecticut for a couple of years.
Right.
And we were like, I really don't want to have to go back to doing business the old way. Right. So when we were looking around, we were like, oh, Illinois, they're legal. Perfect. Let's go. It wasn't quite that simple, but that was definitely one of the factors that got taken into consideration. I'm going to take one last commercial break, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. So
I had to run and grab coffee. Sorry.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. So a couple of weeks ago, I did something that I very rarely do, and I actually went to the movies.
Okay.
And I don't go to movies much anymore because A, I'm not a huge fan of crowds.
Right.
B, as I've gotten older, you have to pee a lot, folks. The older you get, you got to pee a lot, which is kind of disrupting in a movie theater.
Do you have a drive-in near you?
Huh?
Do you have a drive-in near you?
Oh, I wish. I wish.
Yeah, we have an awesome drive-in out here. It's called the Ford, Wyoming.
Nice.
And the last movie I went to was out at the Ford, Wyoming. It was the Deadpool movie.
Nice. Very nice. So we went to see, and you can't smoke weed in the movie theater, and so there's all these benefits to just waiting a little bit and watching it when it comes out on video, or streaming. But I have seen every Jurassic Park movie in the theaters since 1993. So it was like, all right, big dumb dinosaur movie. Can't go wrong with, you never really, and they're not all great. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, they're flawless. They're not. The first one is still the best one. But it wasn't bad. It was a big dumb dinosaur movie. There's actually a more interesting one coming out in a couple of months, I think, called Primitive War. And it's about these people. It looks to me like it's like Predator, but on Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Like they're hunting these dinosaurs and stuff, and the special effects look fucking tremendous. I was amazed because like sci-fi's done that shit before, but with sci-fi budgets, and not taking anything away from the people who make movies at the Sci-Fi Channel. I'd happily make a movie for the Sci-Fi Channel. But yeah, so this one looks like they dumped a significant amount of money in it. But I think this week I will be going back to the theaters because Superman is out and Fantastic Four is out, and I'm very excited about both of them. I've yet to hit superhero fatigue. People keep saying, "Oh, I'm burned out on superhero movies." No, I think we're just burned out on mediocre superhero movies because honestly, Marvel hasn't given us the best lately. And we won't even get into Zack Snyder. And don't get me wrong, Dawn of the Dead remake, love it. Fun movie. Watchmen, long but entertaining. But his DC stuff, just, in my opinion, not very good. So James Gunn is in charge now. Now, if you guys don't know James Gunn, he did the Guardian of the Galaxy movies for Marvel. He did a tremendous little indie horror film called Slither, which is gross in now. I don't know if I'd call that an indie. It's kind of middle of the road. But yeah, so this guy knows comics. He knows superheroes. He has a love for the passion for the genre. So definitely, and if you're into Superman, I've heard nothing but good things about the new Superman movie. So what do we got coming up, man? We've got September 6th, I'll be in Spring Hill, Florida for a veterans wrestling event. And we'll be there.
Hanging out at the gathering here in a couple weeks, the gathering of the Juggalos, and checking out JCW there.
Yes.
Couple nights event. Great Sasuke from Michinoku Pro will be in for JCW as well.
Nice.
Mike, one of our former guests, will be there as well, doing a few different matches over the weekend. And so I'll be out at the gathering of the Juggalos between the 12th and the 15th and 16th.
Awesome.
And then I have New Mexico coming up in October.
When is that again? When are the dates?
The October, the first show that I'm doing is a comedy music show, and that will be October 10th. And that's in Mountain Air, New Mexico. And then October 11th is the one promotion that I do promote and produce. It's called Best Wrestling. It stands for Blood, Emotion, Sweat, and Tears. BEST. And that's in Mountain Air, New Mexico. And we do that show once a year for free for the whole town and anybody else that wants to come out. Last year, we had Too Cold Scorpio out, possibly have them out again this year. We have a wonderful cruise out, and again, check it out. That'll be October 10th and 11th. I'll be in New Mexico.
Awesome. And I will be there as well. Yeah, my first time out to New Mexico.
Yeah.
And we've got more books coming up. We've got our movie's been picked up by a couple of streaming services. A couple more just reached out to us with some interest. So that's happening. So we're busy. We're very, very busy people. But we're having a good time. We're enjoying what we're doing. We're bringing art into the world. We're helping new guys and gals get their foot in the door. And really,
as you mentioned, Matt, I want to give a shout out to a guy. His name's Buster Johnson. Okay. And everybody, make sure you check out Buster Johnson, because I bring Buster up because he's been doing this podcast for a while, and he interviews guys that are trying to get a break, guys that are breaking in, guys that might not actually get another format besides through Buster. So make sure you guys look up Buster Johnson here on YouTube, and Gene Jackson as well.
Oh yeah, Gene is wrapping up the book with Wolfie. So that'll be out this fall. Can't wait to read it. I talked to Wolfie the other day, and he told me that there's a lot of like really surprising stuff that he remembered while they were, because him and I did 10, 15 hours of recordings for the book. And he's like, as they were working on the chapters, a lot of stuff came back to him. So I'm excited because there's going to be stuff in there that I probably haven't even heard about. So,
we sat and we tried to figure out how I've known Wolfie probably since 92, 93. So, an awesome story. You guys, you're going to have to check that book out when it gets out. What's the name of the title again?
I believe they are calling it A Tale of Two Wolves.
Okay, yeah. Check out Gene Jackson with that one as well.
Oh yeah, Gene's a great guy. He's been really a big help to me and to us, and I'm going to keep him busy. As long as he's free, I'm going to keep him busy. There's a lot happening, and Gene's a great writer, and he's a great guy. So yeah, folks, be sure to check out his stuff, Amazon and all those places. Plus the retro wrestling archives. That's the name of his YouTube channel. And he's got some tremendous stuff, man. Old school. Yep. Old school stuff. Like I was scanning through it the other day, and I saw actually the match where Rockin' Robin won the UWF Women's Champion. I was like, holy shit! So that was so that was cool. So yeah, Gene's got some great stuff going on over there. So be sure to check him out, and be sure to check us out. We're here. Everything should be back on schedule now.
Wednesdays and Sunday.
Yes, indeed. And we will be here on this coming Sunday. Couple of things going on. So yeah, it should be an interesting show. Don't forget, as always, come on, what are you doing?
As always.
There we go. Be sure to check out the Flower Bowl.
315 Inkster Road in Inkster, Michigan. If you go in there, I can tell you how to get free weed real quick. Go in there and you ask for the Giant. You tell the Giant that your uncle sent you. And you've seen us right here at the WMW podcast because the Giant's watching as well. So you tell the Giant that I sent you, fill out a review on Google, and you'll get a free pre-roll joint. Absolutely free.
That is
right
good.
here with Flower Bowl, 315 Inkster Road.
We love free weed. We love our friends at the Flower Bowl. We also love our friends at Black Dog Printing. So if you guys are looking for gear, T-shirts and all kinds of stuff, be sure to check out Black Dog Printing at blackdogprinting.org. And right now they are running a great deal. As you can see there, 50 T-shirts with one color print for only $250. Folks, that is a hell of a deal. T-shirts are not cheap.
Free shipping. That's the big thing of it. Free shipping anywhere in the country.
Nice. So those are the folks who are definitely doing some good stuff. We're working with all kinds of great people, and as we grow, we hope to be able to help them grow, and because that's what we're all about here. Just expanding our community and talking about the things that we love and the passion that we have, and it's all good, and we are glad to be back, and I'm glad to be back, and we'll be back. So many backs. We will be back on Sunday. So with that being said, Izzy, any last minute shout outs, anything you want to give us a holler for?
Yeah, we'll see the Gypsy crew at the gathering very soon. We got gathering fever here at the house.
Nice.
I've actually got stuff already packed up by the front door, ready to go. JCW, whoop, whoop.
All right. So, folks, this is the THC DOGG with the IZZY, and we will catch you on Sunday. And be sure to check out this trailer, a little movie written by yours truly, and we'll see you next time.
How can ordinary choices bring you face to face with death?
It was really safe.
Felicia, it's okay. Felicia, it's okay!
Hello, Mother.
I think it's so amazing that you can reach people's deceased loved ones. one.
Well, some people have unfinished business, and that's why they stay.
Hi. I rented out the suite online.
Pull yourself together.
Bestie.
Will you dare to open the door?
You're always going to be welcome here.